Doesn't matter. It's live. I just started it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. This isn't something like. This isn't like. All right, I gotta be perfect and professional. No. The stuff you're telling me is better than the stuff you're putting on video.
Well, we talk about the obey command post.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's play on words for obey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it makes sense. We all got to obey something, right?
We do.
We want proper instruction would be the best thing to obey, right?
Yeah.
And that's what the obey command post is all about, is proper instruction.
Some people might say, well, I don't want people telling me what to do. No. We've already agreed collectively that we're doing what's best. That's the point here. We know what's best for the group. They might not have been able to get that because they weren't part of the prior conversation, but that's the idea, is that they're going to get what's best offered to them on a table, even a silver platter, and they're going to know that they have the support of a great number of like minds. See, that is almost as big, or if not bigger, than Facebook, because people get to look at things on Facebook. They get to know what's going on. They get to say, oh, I support this, or I feel sad about this, or, here's $5 for this, but this is something like, we want you to do this. There are Facebook pages and groups, but of course, Obey Command would have a Facebook page or a group, and it's not because everything's about being super social. We don't necessarily put on any of the commands there. It's the idea we use that as a platform with the message for instruction and to get to the website and to teach. Even that's the idea. This is a lifestyle choice. This is a whole world choice. We're not trying to impede upon others with our opinions. We're looking at, hey, is this what we agree is good? Okay, we're in agreement for this, and this is what we should assign ourselves to do, because this is how the world's going to see our collective effort. This is how the world's going to see that we are a collective force, we are organized, and that this is what I think is necessary in order to make that professional, impression, statement to them, that we're not just some stupid kids trying to, BS our way into a revolution. We're actually trying to have a real shift in not just consciousness, but behavior and accountability and responsibility for the future generations to be able to have a world that's been cultivated for their ability to thrive in, not just try to muscle their existence to. People are desperate right now, and we don't need more of that.
Desperate, okay? If we're so desperate, if we the people, we the sheeple, whatever you want to call us, are that desperate, then it would seem that we need to take desperate measures to stop the reasons why we're so desperate. And most of us who are aware, know what that problem is and know where it stems from. So the obey, O-H, exclamation point, space, dash, space, B-A-Y, you can get information here. And that's what we want to do, is share information with a large group of believing people of like mind that says events 91101 were inside jobs. So why don't we watch our own program as one like-minded audience? I mean, I go to sites and you go to sites, and anybody in the know goes to all these sites, and the guy who woke up yesterday, or the guy who was 2 years behind schedule like me, who should have seen and knowledge, especially as deep as I went with New York City, okay, and the mayor, all the way up into Hillary Clinton. She got a letter too. I was ignorant. So we have people who now know. But what do we know? We know this, we know that. Why don't we have one place where we can just tie into, and thousands and thousands and thousands of people are watching at one time. Now, I know there's lots of that done on this YouTube thing, but you know what? I don't understand YouTube. I'm having a hard time with YouTube. I think maybe live is probably the best way to go, because you can't really alter that, can you?
No.
No, and manipulate it?
No,
you can block it, but live is definitely the best way to go. But if we start working live and we start feeding information to the mass group of people who are supposed to be soldiers for the truth, and we set it in motion where we start to work as one, for one target. Now, Events 91101 are not the primary target. The primary target is the corruption that we're dealing with.
Right.
Okay, it's the corruption, the corruptors that did 91101.
It is.
Okay, so we're
That's
against
who the target is.
but we have one target that we can look at. All us believers, and there's got to be millions of us around the world right now. It's time that we just unify and start at least seeing each other on the same plane, on the same frequency, and I guess that's what television and radio and audio
And
is all
YouTube
about.
is.
And it's the frequency.
You see, so there is value in it. Trust me.
Oh, I'm
You
not
already got
denying
35 people who's never heard you say a single word in your life, and possibly who heard you today on my channel, and you could have said anything else extra you wanted.
I don't mean to denounce you two, but I have so many fears, and I know everybody that I'm trying to get together to be as one have the same fears, especially people who put years of their life into these things. And then have their economic situation kind of sound, and then have that stripped from them by what? The corruption and the greed. And that's what we're all fighting here, I think. The world is at war right now. I do believe that. And look, we have people dying right now as we speak. The world is at war in many ways, but the main way is they want to just mess up humanity to the point where there is no return. No, there is somebody who commented and said that he believed that we were already at the point of no return. And I said, what? Well, what kind of flower do I order for you and your children's funeral?
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically where we're at right now.
Yep.
If we don't do that,
I want to do something real fast, okay?
Okay.